Hey guys, I wanted to do a little crash course today to help everybody who is new on how to post on Instagram, how to post on Facebook, how to follow and unfollow people, and how to get more likes on your pictures. So I'm going to move quickly, and I hope this helps everybody. So first of all, let's talk about what to post. Okay, so when you're new, it's likely that you don't know what to do, like how to get started. So we want to cover the basics of that very first off. So the first thing that I wanted to say is that It Works does not pay for advertising. Okay, so you won't ever see a commercial for It Works. You won't ever see anybody like sending out product catalogs, from corporate, to advertise. They don't do that. Instead of paying for advertising, the company actually saves that money and pays us better, compensates us better, and allows us to advertise for ourselves. To me, it's worth it, right? So, with that said, you are the only person who is advertising for your business. You're the only one. It's all up to you. So I like to tell people when your mouth is closed, your business is closed. You are the only storefront. You are the only commercial that people will ever hear about your business. So don't shut your business down ever, any day. Always stay consistent. Always post about your business because you never know who's watching, and you never know which post, which before and after picture, which business post about your life changing will touch somebody. So you want to stay consistent every single day. Your goal is to make sure that every day you are open for business. And the only way to do that is by posting consistently. So, what do you post? You're brand new. The very first thing that you want to do is you want to make some type of like an introduction post to explain what you're doing. You're with It Works. We actually have a script. It's on our new distributor training page. There's a post specifically for that. And you can use that. I would actually recommend using a selfie, a picture of yourself with that, or maybe of your family or something. So anyway, that's definitely something that you need to do right off the bat is do an introductory post like changing my life with It Works. If you have any questions about products or the business, please let me know because you want to announce what you're doing. Now let's talk about throughout the course of every day, what are you going to be posting and how many times are you going to be posting? So the very first thing I want to say is we follow what we call a 3-3 rule. Okay. I think that when you're first starting out, your goal should be to post a minimum of 6 times a day. Now, you may be thinking, what? How in the world am I going to post 6 times a day? So I'm going to be real honest with you guys. When I started this business, I had never taken a selfie before, ever. That's just not who I am. So the very first time I ever took a picture of myself to put on social media was because of this business. So you're going to have to get good at that. But when you're first starting, you don't know everything about the products. You don't know the wording for everything. So it can be overwhelming when you think of it that way. So here's what I want you to do. So you can know exactly what to post. I want you to turn on Instagram. They're called post notifications. Go to your enroller, go to your upline, go to me. I don't care if you use my stuff. Go to that person's profile on Instagram, and in the top right hand corner, there'll be 3 little buttons that you can click, and it says turn on post notifications for that person. So when your enroller posts a picture, it will alert you on your phone. So and so has posted a picture. On Facebook, you can go to that person's profile and you can click follow, and then you can click see first. So when you pull up Facebook, the first things that you're going to be seeing at the very top of your news feed are the people that you follow and see first. So you want to do that for your enroller, you want to do that for your upline. There's several higher ups in the company, presidentials and ambassadors, that you can follow and get great ideas from for posting. That way it kind of takes the guesswork out of it for you. We don't expect you to know everything right away. So if you are getting ideas of what to post from other people, that makes posting for you very, very simple. So when you're starting out, don't think you have to reinvent the wheel. Don't think you have to come up with all of these scripts on your own. You don't. We want you to let us help you. So follow as many people as you can and turn on the post notifications for them. Click the see first option on Facebook so you can get ideas of what to post. And that's how you can get ideas, and that's how you know what to post when you're first getting started. But you want to follow a 3-3 rule. So if your goal is a minimum of 6 a day, so for every 3 pictures, this is what I want you to do. This is how it's going to make your business look authentic, personable. It's going to make you look like it's not all ad. We don't want to be all black and green and it works on your profile. We want you to look like a real person. So in your 3-3 rule, so first off, you want to do some type of before and after picture or product picture. Now for these, I want to be very clear. I do not like using stock photos. So It Works has a ton of stock photos that we can use. While they're nice and usually pretty good quality, I find that that's not personable at all, and you're probably not going to get a ton of interest from just regular stock photos. From time to time, they can be effective, but by and large, I really feel like when you use a bunch of stock photos, you don't get a big return of interest from that. So instead, when you're talking about products, I would definitely recommend finding some good before and after pictures. Again, your enroller will have a lot of those. Your upline will have a lot of those that you can use. Presidentials and ambassadors will post a lot of those. It Works has a ton of before and after templates already made that you can use. Because when people can see different body types and can relate to that person, like, oh, she looks just like me in her before picture. And look at her after picture. Look at how much weight she lost, or look at all the cellulite that's gone, or look at how her stretch marks decreased. That resonates with people way more than just showing a picture of stretch mark cream. Okay, so when I do product pictures for one of my 3-3, okay, so when I use a product picture, I want to do a picture of an actual person, okay? There's even really great pictures of, even just myself. If I love our products, okay, I use, I'm doing the cleanse right now, so I'm actually going to take a picture of myself today using the cleanse, having the cleanse in my hand. Because I want people to see that I love it, and then I'm going to talk about the product. And I feel like that's way more effective than just having a stock picture of the cleanse. So it's going to be me holding it, showing people this is what I'm taking, so they know that I'm a product of the product and they know that it works for me. So that's your first one. The second one is going to be business posts. Now for this, do not, really try to avoid join my team for $99 or change your life with It Works. I feel like those are kind of kitschy sayings, and I don't feel like that gains a lot of interest. When people are just scrolling through Facebook or whatever and they're like, join my team for $99, people are like, I don't want to spend $99 to be a cheerleader on Facebook. Instead, what you want to do is you want to talk about how It Works is changing your life, how It Works is changing other people's lives. When you're first starting out, you don't have a success story of your own yet, okay? But what you can do is you can tell people where you're going with It Works. So you can say confidently, It Works is going to change my life. I am going to earn a $500 cash bonus before Christmas. I'm going to be able to pay for Christmas with cash this year because of It Works. Do you see the difference when I word it that way, as opposed to join my team for $99, because money talks to people, okay? If I had been scrolling through Facebook and I needed money and I saw a friend post, I'm gonna get a $500 cash bonus and I'm gonna be able to pay for Christmas with cash this year, that would speak to me. So I want you to focus on using wording like that, as opposed to like stock pictures that say join my team for $99. Another thing that I do almost daily is I actually highlight another distributor in our company who has had a lot of success with It Works. So what I like to do is find like presidentials, ambassadors, people who have been very successful, and I like to share their story, because I can't relate to everybody. Not everybody's a mother, not everybody's in her 30s or whatever. So what I like to do is find different people and talk about them, talk about how It Works has changed their lives. I can't tell you guys how many times I've posted about a distributor and somebody messaged me and said, man, that's just like me, or, I'm a single mom too. And even though my story doesn't connect with them, somebody else's story may, and I can likely pull people in by sharing other people's success stories. So that's how I want you to focus for your business posts. And even guys, sometimes I'll do like business posts and I disguise it like it's not really a business post. Like if I'm going to get coffee in the middle of the day, or I'm out to lunch with my husband, I'll say things like, I'll post and say something like, out to lunch on a beautiful day with my husband. And then I kind of like sneak in the business and I say something like, I'm so thankful that I own my own time and that I don't have to ask off work to spend time with my husband. So I'm constantly showing people like my whole life has been changed because of It Works. And when you give people that overall picture of it, it's so much better than just saying things like, join my team for $99. And then the third part of your 3-3 rule, they're kind of what I like to call filler posts. So you don't want your entire feed to be before and after, before and after, before and after, before and after, business, business, business. You want people to kind of see who you are as a person. I'll be really honest. People buy people long before they buy the business or the products. You want to show people who you really are. So if you have a hobby, talk about it. If you have a family, show them. If you were to visit my page right now, if you were to go to my Instagram page, there is no doubt that you would be able to pick up a few things. First of all, I'm married and I have a child. Second, I am a big coffee lover. And third, I, for the most part, enjoy working out and fitness. So those are things that I like to incorporate into my personal feed. That way people can kind of get to know me. And I've learned to connect with so many people by sharing my personal life. Now I'm careful about it. Like I don't share too many private personal details. But I like to show my 4-year-old, and I like to show, like that I've been to the gym or that I have coffee, because people want to know who you are. They want you to be relatable. They want you to be personable, because you'll actually keep way more followers that way. And you'll actually not just keep those followers, but you'll keep their interest peaked by breaking it up. So it can be anything. We talk about friendships, fun, and freedom. I add food a lot in there because who doesn't love a good food picture? Just different things. I add fashion into it. Just make it you. If you enjoy something, if you like it, add that. Let that be one of your filler posts. So for your 3-3 rule, you want to do a product before and after picture. You want to do a business post, and then you want to do a filler. From quotes to food to hobbies to children, whatever. You just want to incorporate that. So if you're shooting for 6 posts a day, then that's going to be, oh, I lost my light there. If you are shooting for 6 posts a day, you're going to do your 3-3 rule 2 times then. And like I said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Follow your enroller, follow your upline, follow me, follow presidentials and ambassadors in the company, get ideas from them, And before long, like, you'll get the hang of it and you'll understand and you'll be able to post on your own. But until then, don't stress out about it. Just instead copy and use what somebody else has. Okay, really quickly, let's talk about how to follow people, okay? So Facebook and Instagram are a little bit different on this. So let's talk about Facebook first. Facebook's actually pretty intuitive, okay? So Facebook will allow you to follow our friend request, I believe like 20 people a day. You don't really want to go over that amount, or Facebook can flag you. So you're going to look at it probably around 20 people a day that you're going to follow. But this is what you can do on Facebook. Facebook has these smart features where it will actually suggest friends for you based on people that you mutually know. So allow Facebook to suggest people for you. I find that if I have mutual friends with somebody, like 10 or more mutual friends, when I friend request them, 9 times out of 10 they will accept my request, because they're thinking, oh, I must know her because we have mutual friends. So that's what I do. I go through, if you go to your friends tab, it will show you people you may know, and every day just add 20 people onto your list. Stop there, but you can add 20 people, and then the maximum amount of friends that you can have on Facebook is 5,000. So 20 a day. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get there, but work on that for Facebook. Instagram is different though. Okay, so Instagram actually allows you to follow 60 people per hour. Okay, it will not tell you. Instagram's finicky. It will not tell you when you've reached the 60 person limit. So I actually sit there and count as I'm going through and following people. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't keep a close eye on that, Instagram will put you in what we call Instagram jail. And what that is that's when they put a freeze on your account and they don't let you follow people for a couple of weeks. It happens to everybody. Like, I've been in Instagram jail more times than I can count. But and you eventually get out, but it slows you down for a couple of weeks. So what I do is I'm very careful that I never go over that 60 person limit. When you're brand new and getting started, you are growing your business as quickly as possible. So you want as many people seeing your business as you possibly can. It was my goal when I first started. And again, I was working full time, more than 50 hours a week when I joined. But my goal was to follow 300 people a day on Instagram. And you spread that out, obviously, because you can only do 60 an hour. But I found that it doesn't take very long. You're only following 60 people. So I think maybe it would take you 5 minutes to go through 1, 2, 3. I mean, you're counting to 60. It's not really that difficult. So if you're spreading that out over the course of the day, you're spending 20 or 30 minutes a day tops following people on Instagram, because it's not all in one sitting. You're just doing 60 1 hour, then a couple hours later, 60 that hour, then a couple hours later, 60 that hour. So those are the two differences in Facebook and Instagram. Now, who do you follow on Instagram? So I look for a certain demographic. When I'm going to follow people, just as a personal preference, I never follow men. I just don't do it, because I'm advertising mostly to women, and I never follow anyone under 18. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell because, 13-year-olds look like 25-year-olds these days. So sometimes it's hard to tell, and sometimes when you end up following people that are too young, you don't see it until they pop up in your newsfeed, and then I just unfollow them if that happens. But I look for people between 20 and 60, that age range, because that's really who I feel like I can connect with based on my own personal walk of life. You can pick your own demographic. It doesn't have to be the same as anybody else's. So what I did when I was first figuring out who to follow, I first went in and followed all of my own friends and family members. And then from there, I went to their followers, and I would pull up their followers, and I would start following all the women in that age range of their followers. And then as more people followed me back, I would go to their followers. So for me, it was like it's like an infinite loop. Like I'm never going to run out of people to follow, because as more people follow me back, I just go into their followers, follow, 60 an hour. So it just doesn't end that way, because I'm always getting new followers, so I'll always have more people to follow, okay? So that's how I follow people. Now, one thing that you'll need to be careful of, so Instagram allows you to follow a maximum of 7,500 people, okay? So if you're following 200-300 people a day, you're going to hit that limit, okay? So you need to make sure that you are unfollowing people who aren't following you back. And the way that you do that, I'm sure there's probably tons of apps that you can get, but the one that I have is called Followers for Instagram, and another one that I know is pretty popular is called Crowdfire. I think that they're both free. You can download those. What those two apps do, they actually sync up with your Instagram account, and it will show you, like when you open it, it will calculate, and it will show you who you're following, who's not following you back, or who has unfollowed you. And if you know that they're not following you back, or if they have unfollowed you, you know they're not going to be a customer or a distributor, because they're not seeing your posts. So it will allow you right there in that app to unfollow those people, and that allows you to unfollow 60 people per hour as well. So you want to try to keep your numbers as close as possible. You don't want to be following 7,500 people and only have 500 actually following you. So try to make sure that you keep those numbers close. On Followers, the app that I have, it puts them in chronological order of who is not following you. It puts them in chronological order of who you have followed most recently. So I give people several days, because not everybody logs into Instagram every single day. So I give them several days to follow me back. If they haven't followed me back after 2 or 3 days, I unfollow them, because it's likely that they're never going to follow me back. So that's how I keep my numbers really close. Those two apps were Followers for Instagram and Crowdfire. So you want to make it your goal. On Facebook, you're looking at around 20 people a day, and let Facebook suggest those friends for you based on your mutual friends. And then for Instagram, you can do 60 an hour. I would shoot for approximately 200 to 300 people a day when you're new, and keep those numbers close. You can unfollow using Followers and Crowdfire. Okay, now really quickly, let's talk about how to get likes. Okay. So Facebook and Instagram, up until this last year, Facebook and Instagram were kind of separate. But Facebook owns Instagram now, and Facebook has actually changed the algorithms for Instagram. So now Facebook and Instagram are really similar. So instead of seeing posts in chronological order, instead, now Facebook and Instagram actually organize your news feed based on how many likes a picture gets and how often you interact with that particular person. So even if you've been in the business for a while and you've seen your likes go down, like, why was I getting so many likes before and now I'm not getting any likes now? It's likely because people are not seeing your posts. Okay, so we want to do whatever we can to boost those likes. That way more people, then your post will get pushed to the top of the news feed. So more people will be seeing it, because you know how it is. So if you're sitting on your phone and you're scrolling through, you're pretty interested, those first couple of minutes. After you've been scrolling for 5-10 minutes, people don't realize it, but you kind of lose interest. It just kind of becomes and you're just scrolling through, not really paying attention. So we want to be at the top of people's news feeds. So it's like the first thing that they see. So what I do, this is just what I do. So I actually interact with my Instagram followers quite a bit. I go through, and every time I post a picture, I do what I call, I earn my post. Okay. So every time I go in and post something on Instagram or on Facebook, I make sure that I go through and like 20 to 30 pictures in my newsfeed. I want people to see that I'm liking their things. And when I pop up as a notification to them that I've liked something of theirs, it's likely that they will start liking mine as well. And then I try to leave anywhere between 5 and 10 comments on pictures, even if it's just something as simple as an emoji or cute shirt or I love your lipstick or, you know, just something very simple. But I want to be interacting with these people because based on the algorithms, if I'm interacting with somebody, that will post that will push my posts higher up in their news feed. So interact with your followers. Let them know that you're there. When you show up in their notifications, it's likely that they'll start showing up in your notifications. Both my Instagram and my Facebook are private. And there's a million reasons why, but it's just a crazy world, right? And I have a 4-year-old. So I want to see who is looking at my profile. So I have to approve everybody who wants to come be on my page, just as a safety feature for my family. That's just how I have it set up. So you can do as you want with that. Like there's no right or wrong answer. That's just what I've personally chosen to do. But in order to boost likes, and I've just started, like I've been messing around with this recently, okay? Trying to like get a good idea of what works and what doesn't. So for the last month or so, I've been working really hard, like doing an experiment. So what I do when I go to post something, because I want as many likes on my pictures as possible so they get boosted up to the top of people's news feeds. So what I do is right before I go to post a picture, I'll switch my account over to public just for a few minutes, just for me to post. And when I do post, I'll use a ton of hashtags, whatever relates to that particular post. So for instance, this morning I did a post about greens. So some of the hashtags I used were greens, natural, detox, vegan, fruits, veggies. I did a bunch of hashtags that related to that post. And I got a ton of likes, like 10 likes in like 3 minutes. And so that was all I needed. I knew that I needed a good handful of likes really quickly. And so then as soon as I got like 8 or 10 likes, I went and switched my account back over to private. It wasn't on public, but for maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes. And then I go back and I delete those hashtags. Because for me, like I would rather my account stay private, but I want those really quick likes so I get pushed up higher in the newsfeed. So that's what's worked for me. And I do that on Instagram. I don't do that on Facebook. I just don't feel like hashtags are used as much on Facebook as they are on Instagram. So that's just what's worked for me. Another thing that I would highly recommend is find people on our team page, friend request them, and follow them. If you guys work together, like I promise you, your businesses will be better if you love on each other's posts. So find somebody, message them, say, hey, I'm new, or hey, you look like you've been in the business for a while and you know what you're doing. Can I follow you? And can you love on my posts from time to time? Because if you're doing that, then you're getting people who, you know, are on the same team as you, who like your posts, and will help boost that up. So I hope that helps for everybody. That was just like a little crash course on what to post, you know, for Instagram and for Facebook, and how to get likes and how to follow people. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, you can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. I'd be happy to let you do that. And you can use anything of mine, and find other people within our team that you can connect with, that, you know, you can get ideas from. And I promise you guys, it'll make your business better.